archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. May 1873, deep in southwestern Texas. An area overrun by renegade outlaws and marauders, without roots since the end of the Civil War, fighting ruthlessly, stealing and killing as they please. Such a man was Roger Forsythe. He called himself Major and led a band of vicious criminals. Riding roughshod, Forsythe's bloody trail pushed farther and farther to the north.
There, I'll take that.
Only Colonel Ranald Mackenzie, commanding the 4th U.S. Cavalry, stood in Forsythe's way. Mackenzie's orders, clean up the Southwest, regardless of cost to yourself and your men. To help accomplish the job, Mackenzie had in his command tough, well-trained civilian scouts, men familiar with the remote reaches of southwest Texas.
We found the Indian girl Forsythe's been seeing. She lives in the cabin right here.
On his last raid, Forsythe got some women's clothing. So it's logical to suppose that he'll be showing up at that cabin before the day's out. What's the best way to attack it?
From back here on the mountain.
Is the cabin visible from there?
No, but it is from over here.
All right, Willis, you and a trooper take up this position. As soon as you see Forsythe enter that cabin, signal me back here on the mountain.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, Burgess, take up a position on this road. That should block his only other route of escape, shouldn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, boys, that's it. He's there. All right, let's go.
Woman, you better let me catch you if you want to keep that dress. All right, come on now, come here. Come here.
No.
Find the others. Be at the fort tonight.
Well, Colonel, this is an unexpected pleasure.
Pleasure is mine, Major Forsythe.
Colonel, the other two got away. Shall we go after them, sir?
No, let him go for now.
Colonel, this horse has got the cavalry brand on it.
Indeed. Well, in that case, let's walk Major Forsythe back to the fort.
Wait a minute, Colonel. I bought that horse.
I'm sure you did.
See that he keeps up with the column.
Yes, sir.
Detail at a walk. Ho!
The morning of May 12, 1873. While Mackenzie was away from Fort Clarke, General Miles Donovan, office of the Adjutant General, arrived from Washington on an inspection tour.
Well, dear, did you have a nice ride?
Well, if you call cantering around the drill area a ride. It seems that no woman is to ride from the post unescorted by order of Colonel Mackenzie.
Perhaps he had a good reason for issuing that order.
Any sign of the Colonel?
No, not yet.
Father, I'm sure if Colonel Mackenzie knew you were coming here on an inspection tour,
It
he would
wouldn't have made any difference. General Sheridan put Mackenzie in command of this post because he thought he was the right man for the job. Perhaps he is. He's an individualist and does things in his own way. And that's what's needed to bring some sort of civilization to this part of the country. A man who isn't afraid of anything. Not even of a three-star general.
Search him.
Yes, sir. Take off that jacket.
Nobody's to talk to this man. Nobody's to go near him unless it's absolutely necessary. Understood?
Yes, sir. Turn around.
With General Donovan at the fort, Mackenzie was faced with a dilemma. Only two men, General Sheridan and the President of the United States, knew of Mackenzie's secret orders, cross the Mexican border when necessary. At the risk of court-martial, these orders could not become known to General Donovan.
These reports, Colonel. April the 9th, ranch burned, 5 Americans killed, no retaliatory action taken. April the 15th, freight wagon attacked. Driver, 2 others burned alive, and there are many more here with this same phrase, no retaliatory action taken. Why not, Colonel? You seem to have enough men and supplies.
Well, we could always use more, sir.
Well, then, what is it? Are they going over the border?
Yes, sir. They hit, and then they ducked back across the river.
Oh, the river, the river.
Would you suggest that I cross the river, sir?
And risk a war with Mexico? Get yourself court-martialed out of the army?
Exactly, sir. Come in.
Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
Not at all, my dear. Come in, come in. Colonel Mackenzie, my daughter Margaret.
Ma'am?
Colonel Mackenzie?
Well,
Miss Donovan's entrance brought a welcome halt to the dangerous discussion of the river. Later that afternoon, the routine of the fort back to normal, Mackenzie inspected his mounted complement. Unknown to Mackenzie, Forsythe's henchmen, following his instructions, rode to a rendezvous outside of Fort Clarke.
We'll wait here until night.
laundry like a crow, but it was good enough for him.
That's a real good one. Hey, did you see the general's daughter?
Oh, yeah, real nice girl.
I understand Lieutenant Bowers is so mad at her for confiscating his quarters, he's spitting spikes.
Well, he shouldn't be mad. After all, if he was General Donovan's daughter, he'd be asking for the colonel's quarters.
Hey, Talkie, you want to make $1,000 gold? Come on, Talkie. Give me some water. This is empty.
The blunder of underestimating Forsythe's resourcefulness cost one trooper his life and Mackenzie his long-sought prisoner.
Yes?
I have a message for you, Miss Donovan.
Oh? Well, just a minute. Yes?
Don't make a sound. If you scream, I'll kill you, understand? Now get your coat. Go ahead, that shawl will do. Move.
That's close enough, soldier.
I said hold it.
You recognize this lady?
Why, Miss Donovan, what are you...
You've got 1 second to open that gate, trooper. Otherwise, I'll put a bullet right through her head.
Please. Please do as he says.
He's coming.
Come in. You sent for me, sir? Yes. Did you hear that coyote?
Yes, sir.
It was too close. I can't believe there's a coyote that close to the fort. We're going to have a look.
Yes, sir.
It was 4 minutes before another sentry discovered the unconscious soldier. Forsythe had completed his daring escape and had taken with him as hostage General Donovan's daughter, bait to draw Mackenzie out of Fort Clarke.
Miss Donovan? She won't be missed till Reveille. That's 7 hours.
You won't if it's the General's.
No. No. If I were Forsythe, I'd head for Mexico as fast as I could travel. If I have to cross the river after him, the General can't know about it.
Well, suppose we can't pick up the trail.
We won't come back until we get that girl.
Yes, sir.
See that the horses are ready. Oh, General. Good evening, sir.
What's all the commotion, Colonel? What happened?
One of the prisoners escaped from the stockade, sir.
Oh, I was concerned about my daughter.
Oh, I wouldn't disturb her, sir. She's probably asleep. It's routine. We'll get him.
Very well, Colonel. I'm sure you can handle it. Oh, you won't forget our talk of this afternoon.
No, sir.
Good hunting, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
Here. We'll camp here. I'm going to write a message to Colonel Mackenzie. When it gets to be daylight, I want you to deliver it.
What kind of a message?
You might say it's a price tag on you.
What?
He wants you back, he's going to have to pay for you. He doesn't, your father's going to be mighty put out.
Once again, Mackenzie had faced the fateful decision. He had crossed the Rio Grande. Detection meant hanging, with his government powerless to help him.
Woman, get some blankets for my guest.
She'll be your slave. Let her make her own bed.
Listen, you brought me a horse, but that don't mean you got a cinch and bridle on me. Now get the blankets. The blankets will keep you comfortable, ma'am, which is how I prefer my guests.
The tracks are headed that way, sir.
I guess he's camped down by that lake.
Mexican soldiers coming, sir.
Mexican. Take cover. Fast. Burgess. This is what we'll do. You and I'll change clothes. You ride my horse. Approach the lake down through this canyon. Let yourself be seen, but don't get within range. In the meantime, the rest of us on foot, with a 5-minute head start on you, will circle the lake and approach the camp from behind. Now, because of those Mexican soldiers, this all has to be done absolutely silently. No orders, no guns. Understood? All right, let's go.
anything happens to my man, you won't live to find one for yourself.
Well, what do you know? We didn't even need a note. He followed us right into Mexico. I think we got the Colonel now. Wait a minute. I want the pleasure.
Colonel Mackenzie.
Stay here.
I'll wait until he gets real close so I can't miss.
You all right, sir?
Yes, I'm all right.
Mexican soldiers coming this way, sir.
Get out of sight. Good morning, General.
Well, Colonel, did you recapture your prisoner?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was quite routine, sir.
Well, I'm glad you got him before he crossed the river.
Oh, yes, I'm afraid our hands would have been tied in that case, sir.
Won't you join my daughter and myself for breakfast?
I'd consider that an honor, sir.
Good morning, Father.
Good morning, dear.
Colonel Mackenzie.
Good morning, ma'am.
Colonel Mackenzie's going to join us for breakfast.
How nice.
You're looking very fresh this morning. You must have rested well.
Yes, Father, quite well.
Mackenzie's raiders did ride again and again, carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest, make it a decent place for people to live. Ride with Mackenzie's raiders as they relive the blazing pages of history in the making.